should always expect the unexpected when it comes to me, man. What's good with you this afternoon? I'm feeling excellent, Michelle. What's good with y'all? Well, let's just put it like this. I look better than I feel, and I feel amazing. What's up with it, official empress? We live in this bitch. Where y'all want to take it today?
Listen, girl, I want to know how many of you heard me
Before we do anything else, you already know, we're gonna get this vibration correct. And after that, we can take it wherever y'all want to take it. I'm just here for the vibe. This new, man. What's up, Yoshi? Long time no see, family. What's up, Reflection? What's up, Mr. Nobody? Yeah, that's something new in my arsenal. I'm not done with this yet. I started working on that last night. It's the hardest. What's cracking with y'all, man? Where we gonna take it this afternoon? It's Tuesday, man. I'm just here for the vibe. You said this energy feels a little intense. There's a lot of Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aries energy in the air. But what you really need to do is see whatever we have going on in transit and see how it's affecting you natally and see why it feels so intense for you. Because that's probably what's going on. We got the sun at like 24 degrees of Scorpio right now. We got the moon at like 27 degrees of Aries right now. That means it's exactly conjunct my North Node. We got Mercury at like 16 degrees of Scorpio or 17 degrees of Scorpio. We got Venus at 10 degrees of Capricorn. We got Mars at 11 degrees of Scorpio. We got Jupiter at 23 degrees of Aquarius. We got Saturn at 8 degrees of Aquarius. We got Uranus at 12 degrees of Taurus. We got Neptune at 20 degrees of Pisces. We got Pluto at 24 degrees of Capricorn. We got Chiron at 8 degrees of Aries. We got the nodes at 1 degrees of Gemini and Sagittarius, respectfully. I mean, take your pick. What's up, Reveal 360? What I want to know is, what do you have in your 5th house? What do you enjoy the most? And understand that if you have no planets placed in your 5th house, that doesn't mean that you don't enjoy anything. That means that you could enjoy a whole multitude of different things. What's up, Shanti? You're gonna have to stop hollering out my government name like that. Yeah. What's up, Glam Diva? You said that 16 degrees Aries sun and the 16 degrees Scorpio rising. Oh. Then Mercury's hitting you directly. Then you got Mars fishing to hit you directly. It's up to you whether it hits you where it hurts or not. Because if you channel it correctly, it can make you extremely powerful. But with Scorpio energy, if you don't channel it, it's going to make you feel it in a way that's not going to make you very comfortable. If you're here and you haven't hit the like button, that's a shame. That bitch right there is something serious too. One thing to always remember is women lie, men lie. People can be fake, but the vibe is always real. Pay attention to that. Trust that. If you feel like the vibe between you and somebody has changed, it's changed. See, I have my moon in my 5th house, in Pisces. And you can see what I enjoy doing the most. It's this music, man. Anytime it's some music playing, anytime that I'm around some children, anytime that, you know, I'm allowed to be playful and laugh, I feel most comfortable. That's when the most creative part of me comes out. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, with it being in the 5th house, I love me some attention too. But I deserve it. Miss Sharon, you said, why is Scorpio moon so confusing? In and out and wishy-washy. Because the thing is, Scorpio moons are so fucking secretive that they don't even be knowing what's going on with them. They're wishy-washy because they don't know what's going on with them. The moon falls in Scorpio. So It's the opposite of the moon being exalted in Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus because that's a very calming place for the moon. That is the calmest place for the moon to be. So the moon in Scorpio, it's the most turbulent place for the moon to be. It's uncomfortable. The moon wants to be comfortable. And so people with Scorpio moon, it's very hard for them to feel comfortable. So of course, there's going to be some turbulent emotions that come along with that. Oh, y'all caught me when I was in my element, man. I got the moon right now exactly conjunct my node, my north node. Oh yeah, I'm on it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Reveal, Allah. You said Mercury and Libra in the 9th house, Venus in the 10th house, Mars in the 1st house. Hey man, you're an extremely honest person. Not only that, you're objective, and you know you're a seeker of truth and knowledge, and you're willing to receive it from all perspectives. With Venus in the 10th house, like, hey, you're always going to be helped by people that are kind of higher up than you, and it's because you carry yourself the right way. It's because you're gracious. It's because you learn from everything. And then with Mars in the 1st house, you about that action. If y'all here and y'all ain't hit the like button, please stop disrespecting me. It's not for my personal ego development. It's for the algorithm. If you hit the like button, it helps me get out on this algorithm. It helps me get to more audiences. If I don't have more interaction, YouTube will fail to introduce me to new audiences. And then my platform just stays stagnant. And we're not trying to do that. Together, we're trying to take this thing all the way off the mainframe. Official Empress, you said Aquarius in your 5th house. No planets, but you have a stellium in your 12th house. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the 5th house. And with Aquarius ruling your 5th house, that means that you literally could find anything fun. But it also means that the type of fun that you enjoy involves, you know, a group of people. Like, you like being with your friends, man. What's good, Lucifer? With Jupiter and Pisces in the 2nd house, man. All that is about staying positive. You're lucky because you don't ever let anything get you down, man. And like, you believe the best about the universe. You believe the best about life. You're always attached to your spirituality. And also, anytime that you're by yourself, anytime that you have a chance to be within your own counsel, like, you are gonna receive some fortunate energy coming to you, man. You did. And then with Jupiter and Pisces in the 2nd, man, it's money. Like, you're gonna be blessed in the realm of money. It's like, it's not that just you're gonna make more money than people, because making money has to do with the 11th house. With the 2nd house, it means you're blessed in saving money. It means that you're guarded against making poor financial decisions, because money just you seem to be able to make money and keep money even when you make poor financial decisions, which is often, or even when you're overindulgent, which ain't infrequent either. Like, you're still guarded against the worst of your decisions with Jupiter in the 2nd house. Like, money just is there. And with Jupiter in the 2nd, like, you ain't never been flat broke, and you ain't never gonna be flat broke. Like, that's just what it is. That doesn't mean that you're gonna be incredibly rich, a billionaire, but it means that you're not gonna be broke. That's real. That one right there is live too. Yoshi, Lilith in Capricorn in the 8th house.
Zane, 90.
First of all, there's some issues with sexuality there, whether you're having to repress it because of people, or whether you've been abused in your life, or whether you went through something that just made you not comfortable with your own sexuality, or maybe made you too comfortable with your sexuality. But either way it goes, you're extremely powerful in that way. And your energy in that way is transformative, it's fierce, it's passionate, but it's something completely different than anything that can be handled. Take it from me, I have Lilith in the 8th house. But in Capricorn, you know, it's not about your feelings. Like mine is in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? With Capricorn, like, there's some status attached to it. Like, you want to come up. Like, you want to get other people's money too, with Lilith being in the 8th house. And you're good at it. And it's not that you'll rob them for it, or you'll steal them from it, or even manipulate it out of it. Like, you have this energy that makes people insist that you have it. And that's dangerous. And then, like, with Capricorn, man, like, you mean. Like, you mean. And the reason that you're mean is because somebody was mean to you. Maybe it had to do with one of your parents or something. But somebody, you know, they made you feel like you weren't enough. So it made you dangerously ambitious. And like, maybe you've had brushes with death. Maybe you're really interested in death. Maybe there's all those type of things. Maybe you're just turned on by things that don't turn everybody else on. There's something with that you have to integrate, because that's too powerful to ignore. If you're here and you haven't hit the like button, why you doing me like that? Mr. Nobody, we done already told you, man. You got that Lilith in Scorpio in this second. I appreciate you, Yoshi. But you also got much love to Yoshi, man. Appreciate the donation. You got that Lilith in Scorpio in the second, and you got that Mars in Taurus in the 8th. So yeah, you willing to do whatever it takes for money. And that's not always what's best for you. Like, you willing to take it as far as it'll go. You willing to, you know, hey, you can put yourself out there, boy. What's up with it, Kane? Wendy P, you said, what's my favorite earth sign? I don't have one. I just have a least favorite earth sign, Virgo. No, I'm just playing. I love everybody, man. I love everybody. But in keeping it all the way true, man, I'm a Cancer. So I have a special affinity for that Capricorn energy, man. Like, as a Cancer, and you'll see that throughout your life. Like, you're going to see Cancers end up at some point aligning themselves with some Capricorn energy somewhere in their life. So, as a Cancer, I have, and with me having Mars in Capricorn, like, I have a natural affinity for that Capricorn energy. The same thing with that Aries energy. I don't know about that. I can't say Capricorn is the best earth sign. I just like somebody to tell me I ain't shit before I hit it.
Drummers.
Hey, shout out to my nigga Impala. He sent me these drums right here last night. Let me tell you something. When it comes to handling business, what's up, dope boy D? When it comes to handling business, there's no energy that I love dealing with more than Taurus energy. Because Taurus energy is going to pay for what they value. I fuck with Taurus energy when it comes to handling business the most, because you ain't got to never worry about a Taurus shorting you. You ain't never got to worry about a Taurus fucking with you any type of way, fucked up, or playing the game that sometimes Capricorn might play with you in business because they trying to get over on you, or you ain't never got to worry about Taurus doing the shit where Virgo, you know, done did a little bullshit with the details that where they know you're not paying attention to things as intricately as they are, so they done put some little shit in the fine fine details that they knew you weren't going to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? Those are things you're going to have to deal with those two, because they're going to win at all costs. But Taurus is going to be, with Venus's influence there, they're going to be fair, and they're going to do everything straight up. And if Taurus values the services that you have to offer, Taurus is going to pay for it, and they're going to teach you how to value yourself. So in relationships, I love Capricorn energy. When it comes to handling business, I love Taurus energy. When it comes to my friends, several of my best friends are Virgos. As a Cancer, I deal very well with Virgo energy also. But I've also just seen that really it's more with Virgo males. With Virgo males, I've seen that they got some mental issues. First of all, Virgo males are typically way more of mama's boys than Cancer males could ever be. And it's not in a healthy way. You know, Virgo, and I got a Virgo moon sun in here, and boy, him love his mama. He love his mama, and it's almost not healthy because he's very dependent upon her, and it's not like a Cancer where there's this natural respect, like I love my mama, I adore my mama. Virgos are very dependent upon their mother. Very dependent. And then when things don't go the way they want it to, they blame it on their mama. When the fucked up part of it is, nah, motherfucker, it's you. But, you know, a lot of my Virgo friends that I grew up with, and I have several of them that are very close to me, like, one of them turned out to be a very bad drug addict, and I'm talking about the one since like preschool. One of them was really cool. He grew up with me and a whole bunch of black folks, but all of a sudden, since Trump came in office, he's blatantly racist and bigot. Like, not even just against black folks and Mexican folks and people of color. He's very, very fucked up towards women. And so, like, I don't understand that. But the thing is, I don't like to speak on my political views, because I don't care about Joe Biden or Donald Trump. I don't care about politics, but I do want to say that both during the presidencies of Barack Obama and Donald Trump, a lot of people showed their true colors. A lot of people that really felt some type of way racially or felt some type of way socially, they allowed their true colors to show. And so this has been a very enlightening time in that aspect. And then the other Virgo I know, one of my best friends, is like, man, he's a freaking murderer. He is a murderer. He's in prison right now for murder. You know, he's in prison for murder. And he's always been like that. He always been like that. But I can't say that all are like that, because every sign has their fucked up traits. What's up, Black Diamond? Chanel B. I don't know who that is. My name is Rodrigo. Make sure you roll your R's. Rodrigo. DonRodrigo. Yeah. Anyway. Rodrigo. Yeah, Black Diamond. So, Black Diamond, you said you're an Aries sun with moon in Capricorn and Virgo rising, and your wife is a double Libra and her moon is in Capricorn also. What are my thoughts on your double Libra and all that Venus? I think that moon in Capricorn erases all that shit. Oh, man. The thing about Capricorn moons, man, for both of y'all, man, is like, Y'all are neither one of y'all want to be vulnerable emotionally, and you're both underhandedly competitive. And sometimes, like, y'all think y'all are only bringing the best out of each other, but the other one just thinks that you're picking at them. And so it's going to cause problems in the relationship. Now, that double Libra will help because they're going to, your wife is going to be able to take a step back a little bit more than you are. But you also have to understand that with Libra, just because they're taking a step back does not mean that you won. It just means that they're taking a step back, and eventually, the Libra, they always take too many step backs, and then there's a fucking big ass blow up that's gonna happen because they took too many step backs, and now they're trying to gain footing again. So, you know, y'all just gonna have to learn how to be vulnerable with each other. Like with a Capricorn moon, like nobody wants to show a weakness. Nobody wants anybody else to have the upper hand. So somebody is going to have to allow themselves to be vulnerable in that situation. And if y'all can do that, the beautiful thing about Capricorn energy is y'all have staying power. Like if y'all are down for each other with those Capricorn moons and y'all make each other feel comfortable, man, y'all can stick it out with each other throughout eternity. Like y'all can go hard for each other. Like for real. Slavi D, you said a grand air trine in 3rd house, the 7th house, in the 11th house. Well, first of all, that tells me that like, you're a cerebral person, man. It's all gravy, Black Diamond. I love you, man. I love all y'all, man. Like this shit is real. And so, with that grand air trine, like, you're a people person. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Not only are you cerebral, but you're a people person. And you like connecting people with people and people with ideas and ideas with ideas. Like, that's how you operate. But you just got to be careful that you don't start procrastinating about everything and realize that you can never let thought or rationalization take the place of action. Because, man, when your house that exists on this physical plane right here is on fire, you don't collect more data. No, you get the fuck up out that bitch. So just remember that with all that air, it's a beautiful energy in certain ways, but you can also think yourself in circles, think yourself in circles, think yourself in circles. So eventually you're going to have to do something. I said that. Reflection. Chanel B, you said, is it true that people that have their sun sign or a lot of immutable planets in their chart are more likely to be serial killers? I don't think so. I know there's that meme that goes around that has that list of serial killers that has all those mutable signs on it. Hey, man, that's some bullshit. And I also want to say that, like, you have to understand that those are the serial killers that have been caught. Okay? Those are the serial killers that have been caught. So there's no way to put a finger on that. Because in all honesty, in the FBI database, Cancer is the most dangerous sign. But that's because Cancers do a lot of crimes of passion. Cancers get caught doing a lot of shit emotionally. Cancers get caught the most. So yeah. And Lucy Kleinehans, what's up with it? You said your crush is a Scorpio Sun, a Scorpio Venus, Aquarius Moon, and Cap Rising. How do you attract them on social media? Because y'all don't talk currently. Woo! With all that Scorpio energy, like, you don't attract them. Scorpio doesn't, you don't attract Scorpio. Scorpio attracts you. Scorpio is the magnetic energy. Scorpio brings you to it. So, if you want them, go tell them you want them. If they want you, you'll know it. Like, it's straight up with that. If you try to come sideways, they won't trust you with Scorpio energy. So you could never come sideways. With Scorpio, you always got to come straight up and bear your all. Because they don't trust anything else. And you can't expect them to give you the same either, because they're not. They're not. So you ain't getting a fair exchange. Now, if y'all here and y'all ain't hit the like button, you better hit that like button. Because you fucking with the truth right now. Hey man, bro, you said what about what's up, Arlo? Yeah, what's up, Disney? Y'all can't fuck with me on the beach, man. All right, my bad. Hey, Tommy, you said what about attracting an Aries or a Taurus female? With an Aries female, you can't attract them either. If an Aries female wants you, she gonna come get at you. Aries is the initiator. Aries makes the first move. Aries supplies the adventure. So if she about that action, if you something that she desires, you can get at her, and if she wants you, she gonna let you know what's up. But really, more than anything else, if you had an Aries woman that wanted you, then you would have already known it. And then, you know, with Taurus, it's all about making them feel comfortable. It's all about letting them know that you can make them feel secure. It's also about, you know, bringing something that they find is within the measures of their aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? With Taurus, man, like, it's for them, it's all about finding somebody that makes them feel good. It's about somebody that makes them feel comfortable. So that's all you gotta do. And then with Venus in the 8th house, hey man, Venus in the 8th house means that, hey, you a freak, man. And it also means that, like, you want depth. It means that you're attracted to the deepest merging experiences with another human being. But the problem is, you're such attracted to the deep shit, so attracted to the darker things, that you might not know how to enjoy the simpler things in life. Sometimes the simpler pleasures in life just go right past you because you're so worried about those deep dark things. Nah, man, have both. Oscar, you said, what's the 12th house about? The 12th house is about spirituality. The 12th house is about solitude. The 12th house is about hidden enemies. The 12th house is about self-undoing. The 12th house is about the subconscious, the semi-conscious. The 12th house is that other side. Okay? Wendy P, you said who's darker, Scorpio or Capricorn? Scorpio is darker, Capricorn is more evil. The 12th house is a lot of things. It can be the realm of God, but 12th house could also be prison. 12th house could be the prison of the mind. The 12th house could be the dream state. The 12th house could be a lot of different things. The 12th house is all things that are beyond this physical realm of existence. What's up, Ashley Gillespie? The 12th house is where you fuck yourself up at. What's Mars opposite to Saturn and Jupiter mean? It means that you get into, first of all, it means that you get into it with the people that would really help you out, and you get into it with authority figures. Like, you don't get along with authority figures, and you also kind of, because of how strong and forceful your nature is, and because of that attitude of yours, sometimes you kind of tend to cause issues with people that are really there to bless your ass. So you got to be careful with that. But it could also just be saying that you do too much and you need to learn some self-control. Because if you can learn some self-control, then you can find blessings. Since Saturn and Jupiter are there together. Dope boy D, you said if Pisces is one of the most psychic signs, why can you be so gullible at times? It's because you're so compassionate. The thing about Pisces is Pisces gets so involved. Pisces is so compassionate. Pisces is so empathetic that they take up whatever energy that they become involved with. So as you're trying to help somebody, you get too involved, and then now you can't see what's in front of you. You get all consumed in everything that you fuck around with. Chanel B, you said what are Scorpio Venus males attracted to, and what do they like romantically? Shit. They're intense. And they want somebody, a Scorpio Venus, wants somebody that's willing to bear it all with them. They want somebody that's going to be completely honest with them. They want somebody that's going to be down with them, like four flats through the good times, the bad times, through that do us part. Even when that Scorpio Venus motherfucker's cheating on them, even when that Scorpio Venus motherfucker's being mean, even when that Scorpio Venus person don't want to be fucked with and they want to be off by themselves, that Scorpio Venus wants somebody that's going to give them complete devotion. That's Venus in Scorpio. But they're also going to give you complete devotion in a sense. You just... they're not going to open up to you all the way because vulnerability is weakness to them. And then on top of that, like when you ask, like, what are they attracted to? I mean, what do they like in a relationship? Powerful. Powerful. They got that life-changing shit. They got that shit that's going to make you want to be devoted to them. They got that shit that's going to make you want to bear it all to them. That's the epitome of passion. But it's gonna cost you your soul. Yeah. Slavy D. Saturn is the 11th ruler, unless you're having something else. It depends on what you're talking about. So are you saying that Venus and Saturn are both in the 4th house? Or Venus and Uranus? Because really, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto cannot rule a planet. They can be co-rulers of a planet. Just like Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto cannot be chart rulers. If you're a Scorpio rising, Pluto is not your chart ruler. I don't care what anybody tells you, Pluto is not your chart ruler. Mars is your chart ruler. Mars is your chart ruler. Pluto, it is not even a planet in some instances. I love Pluto. I'm Pluto dominant. But I'm telling you that Pluto can only be a co-ruler with Mars of Scorpio. Just like Neptune can only be a co-ruler of Pisces with Jupiter. If you are a Pisces rising, Jupiter is your chart ruler. Neptune is your co-ruler in a sense, but Jupiter is your chart ruler. If you are an Aquarius rising, Saturn is your chart ruler. You have Uranus there, and Uranus co-rules Saturn. Co-rules Aquarius along with Saturn. But people can never get that twisted. Sometimes people get off what astrology, the basis of it is there.
Drummers.
When it comes, it's not just the old ruler, Kane. Like when you are looking at any astrological chart, when it comes to Scorpio, when it comes to Pisces, when it comes to Aquarius, Neptune and Jupiter are both the ruler of Pisces. When it comes to Aquarius, Saturn and Uranus are both the ruler of Aquarius. When it comes to Scorpio, Pluto and Mars are both the co-rulers of Scorpio. Like that's that. You have to understand, in 1945, Pluto was not a planet. So it wasn't even known about. So it's like this. If somebody is a Scorpio rising before 1945, you're telling me that Pluto's their chart ruler? Can't be. That's something that's non-existent to them. Are you telling me that those astrologers that read charts then are inaccurate because they didn't say Pluto was those people's chart ruler? No, can't be. You telling me those astrologers thousands of years ago that we base all of our dissertations and all of our calculations on could be incorrect? No, can't be. Slavi D, you said Leo rising, Mercury in the 4th house. You know, ruling 2nd and the 11th. I mean, that's your money. I mean, when it's Mercury in the 2nd and the 11th, bro, that's just saying that, like, you're probably gonna see some ups and downs, you know, in the way of your way of your finances. But, you know, you're always thinking about it, and you're always thinking of ways of making money. And as long as you can make a way to save, you should be good. But Mercurial means up and down. Mercurial never means stable. Understand that. That's what's up, Slavi D, I'm telling you. Mercury is one of your chart rulers? Chris Crumity Scott? How so? If you're Gemini or Virgo rising, then Mercury is your chart ruler. You said, what does it mean to have Mars as your chart ruler? You know, as a Scorpio rising. First of all, Mars and Pluto are really your chart rulers. You need to pay attention to where both Pluto and Mars in your chart and see what house they're in. Because that's going to be especially significant for you. You get what I'm saying? And it also means that you're a Mars person. You're about that action. Like, you're not nobody's bitch. Like, you don't take shit. You're going to do whatever it takes to get whatever it is that you want to get accomplished in life. And you also have extreme intensity of focus. But it also means with Mars ruling your chart that you're going to have a pretty conflicted life. Life's going to be pretty rough for you. You're going to go through some trials. You're going to go through some conflicts. You're going to go through some hardships with Pluto. But if you go through it and you just maintain and stay down till you come up, you'll come out way more powerful on the other side. That's the thing with that. Pluto is always, or Scorpio, not Pluto, Scorpio is always about the exchange of power in one form or the other. What's up, Kali Kalio? Is 2022 going to be a wild year? I hope not. For me, I think it's going to be prosperous. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm selfish. I only looked into what I have going on. And I got a Jupiter return coming up next year. About this time next year, maybe a little bit earlier this time, like maybe around October or September of next year. I got a Jupiter return coming. In January coming up, I got a Mars return coming. You know what I'm saying? You said that's a word. Stay down until you come up. Ashley Gillespie, you said, how would I describe an Aquarius sun with a Cancer moon and a Cancer ascending with the moon in the 12th house? An introvert. An introvert. And you're somebody that cares immensely, but you're not so great at caring for people intimately. But it also, you're the type of person that, hey, like if somebody's your friend, they're your family. And likewise, like your family, you can hang out with them like they're friends. You know? Thank you, Black Diamond. What's up, Primrose? Thank you for the donation. Who's Primrose? And you said Aquarius rising, Venus, Uranus, Neptune in the first house. My son has all that shit. You have Pisces and Jupiter and Sun in the second house. You'd like to see how this would help your career. Hey, man. With all that energy right there, all you got to do is be your authentic self. All you have to do is be genuine. Like, you're going to attract unique experiences to you because of all that energy focused in that area right there. Like, you are one of the world's truly unique people. So all you have to do is be your original self and use all those fucking brains that you have, all of that charm that you have all of that energy that you have, and make it happen. Because you got it going on. You got it going on. All you got to do is do something with it. It's all there. Just be your authentic self with that Aquarius. You're brilliant. What's up, Sergio Sarmiento? Thank you for your love, Kane.
84.
Mars sextile Uranus. Slavi D, that means you can and will do anything. But the beautiful part of that is, with Mars sextile to Uranus, like anytime that you do something that suddenly changes the dynamics, or anytime you do the unexpected, it usually turns out very advantageously for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, that just says that you're very unpredictable, man. Very unpredictable. Thank you, Primrose. Who's Primrose? That's love. But I will say this, with Mars sextile to Uranus, that temper of yours, it can be a problem. So you're going to have to find some type of outlet. You're going to need both. Matter of fact, with Mars sextile to Uranus, you're going to need both some type of physical outlet like exercise or sport or something like that. And you're going to need sex at least 3 times a week with that. And I mean that. Because you have so much of that. You're going to have to get it in.
84.
Y'all caught me in my element today, man. Hey, do you ever get that feeling that you're exactly where you should be at that exact moment? It doesn't have to be anything extravagant going on. It's just you get that feeling like, hey, man, this is what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Like, that's where I'm at right now with y'all right now today. Like I said, I don't know if it's this... I don't know if it's this... A biquintile is a growth aspect. Hold up, Wendy P. I see you too. But yeah, man, I feel like I'm on point, man. I'm in my element right now. With this moon right now, exactly conjunct my north node. Yeah, I'm exactly where I should be. We're just helping y'all motherfuckers out. So, with Mars square to Neptune, man, like, you do too much, man. And, you know, the thing with Mars square to Neptune is, like, when you talk, people hear you. Like, when you speak, people hear that shit. And you're able to stir deep emotions within people. But you got to be careful with Mars. Thank you, Katrina. With Mars square to Neptune, like, you have the danger of becoming an armchair revolutionary. All right? So, let's not do that. But I could also say with Mars square to Neptune, like, somebody could gas you up sometimes in a way that's not healthy for you. Somebody could tell you some bullshit that have you gassed up and ready to go trip when that's not necessarily what's really going on. So you have to be very careful what you put your actions behind with Mars square to Neptune. And then with Venus square to Pluto, you're a master manipulator. You're a master manipulator. And you got issues inside of you with power and control. You don't want to be vulnerable. And until you allow yourself to really be vulnerable, you're going to get into an endless repetition of cycles in relationships where you're going through the same shit over and over again, regardless of whether it's the same motherfucker or not. And you also kind of deal with people as symbols of other people who aren't even there and aren't even present at that moment. So you need to get over past shit in order to move forward and transform the way that you deal with people presently with that one right there. And then, you know, a biquintile is a growth aspect that's not that important. It's in my opinion, it's cool to pay attention to it because it's something that's very subtle, but it's not something that you should be sweating over. Matter of fact, a biquintile is something that you're gonna work through naturally on your own as you grow and mature. And I got you, hold up, Tommy. And then with Lilith square to your north node, Mr. Nobody. With Lilith square to your north node, like, I mean, that speaks for itself, bro. You be doing too much with that Lilith shit, man. Like, you gotta work through that shit so you can go towards that north node, man. That Lilith shit that you got going on with whatever you have going on with Lilith is getting in the way of you fulfilling your true destiny. And you going towards where your soul is trying to take you in this life. It's taking you off your soul contract. So you gotta do something about that, family. And then Chironic astrology, you said with Mercury as your chart ruler in the 9th in Gemini, what do you make of that, you know, besides being an astrologer? That can make a lot of things. Like you could be a PR person with that. You could be a person that writes, that's somebody that writes books. You could be somebody that's a professor, a teacher. You could be somebody that's a salesman. You could be somebody that's in publishing. You could be a guru with that. Like, you could be a fucking librarian with that. Like, there's so much you could do with that, bro. But right there, that's about communication right there. But it's also about speaking your truth. It has something to do with spirituality with that being in the 9th house. Or it has something to do with foreign affairs. It has something to do with your philosophy and all that type of shit like that. And then Chanel B, you said which sign was the most memorable to me romantically? I don't know. I know I'm the most memorable to all of them. And so, you said Aries Venus retrograde square Sag Chiron. Man, you let shit that happen. First of all, you sell yourself short in relationships, and with Venus in retrograde. And while you're selling yourself short in relationships, you're also kind of allowing bad shit that happened in your past relationships keep you from moving on and having healthy relationships now when it's square to Chiron right there. So you're gonna have to deal with whatever happened in your past and the dealing with the ways that you related to people and work through that before you can have healthy relationships now with Chiron. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, with Chiron trying to your midheaven and sextile to your sun. Like, that's just about being confident. That's just about being confident. Like, whatever you let put you down before, or whatever stop you from being ambitious, you got to let that shit go. You have to allow yourself to be confident in yourself and then achieve. Do that shit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
90.
You said, can I tell you about a Libra sun, Gemini rising, and Scorpio moon person? That's Will Smith. Will Smith is a Libra sun, Scorpio moon with Gemini rising. So look at Will Smith. That's somebody that's a lot more than they appear. I'll tell you that. That's somebody that has a very happy face and they love to smile and talk and all that shit, but there's a dark side to it. Said Moon trying to Saturn and Venus. That tells me that you're just a very calm person. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I went in on Will Smith. Will Smith is very successful though, Brownie. I'm sorry. But yeah, Will Smith is a Libra sun, Scorpio moon with Gemini rising. That's Will Smith for you. But Will Smith is a very wholesome guy. Hey, I appreciate you, Glam Diva. And Glam Diva keeping it all the way true with that too, for real. And if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, please do so now. You said, is reincarnation like the stages according to the astrology zodiacs, like Aries first, Pisces last? In a sense, yes. In a sense, yes. Because I definitely believe, and it's not just because I am, and I've read that through Vedic astrologers, through learning things, that Pisces moons are the oldest souls. That's why they deal with the shit they deal with in life. That's why they want to get away, because they tired of doing this shit. They're ready to get away from this life right here. They ready to get done with this plane of existence. I already said Mars square to Neptune, Mr. Nobody. I talked about that directly just a few minutes ago. And let me tell y'all something, man. With Venus in Pisces, somehow Venus in Pisces gets a bad rap, but Venus is exalted in Pisces. So with Venus in Pisces, that is the closest energy that's capable of unconditional love that there is. But intimacy and unconditional love are not the same thing. Because a Venus in Pisces will love your dirty draws, but not come tell you that. They'll not come tell you that. Because they know how much they love your ass and they don't want to get hurt. Everybody done took that for granted. They don't want to take that. They don't want nobody to take that for granted. It's something that's unreal. It's something that's ethereal. It's something that's divine. Y'all don't hear me though. What do I think about the lunar eclipse in Taurus coming up? I think that if there was ever a time for you to start getting rid of the cycles in your life that are stopping you from, you know, getting the money that you should be getting, or stopping you from being as powerful as you should be, there's never a perfect time, a more perfect time than to get rid of that shit right now with this eclipse coming up. What's up, CuZ? There's never a more perfect time than this full moon eclipse we have coming up than to start getting rid of the shit that's been holding you down, the shit that's been, you know, keeping your pocketbook looking fucking dusty. You know what I'm saying? It's time to start establishing some security in this life. And I know people are gonna say that's not important in following your spirituality. No, the ends gotta meet the means, baby. You have to have money to succeed in this world at some point. Even if it's to help other motherfuckers, you gotta do what you can. Get that money. Because if it's money that you don't need, put it into your future. If you have plenty for your future, put it into helping somebody else establish their future. So, hey, man, this right here, man, this is the time that if you've been doing shit that's you know, that's involving other people, that has been stealing your power away, if you're involved with situations that you're not comfortable with this being Taurus, if you're involved with people that are bringing out the worst in you with Scorpio, then there's none a more powerful time than to do something else with your life. This is the perfect energy to do something with this. So yeah. But it's always important to pay attention to those degrees, because those degrees that this full moon, that this eclipse falls in, is going to be incredibly important. That doesn't mean that it's not important for you any other way, but it's just if you don't have any degrees that are directly correlated with those, then it's not going to be quite as significant for you. You said that, do I think the ruler of the 3rd and the 12th shows a psychic? I definitely think it can. I think it shows somebody that's very in tune with that other side. What can I say about, I already said it. Y'all keep asking me about Mars square Uranus, Mars square Neptune. Like, I've been telling y'all, I've already spoke about Mars square Neptune today, like twice already. But when you add Uranus into the mix, man, it adds that unpredictability into the mix. Like, you know, you got to be careful with Mars square to Uranus. Like, your temper, you're wanting to go your own way can really wreak havoc on your life. This eclipse is gonna occur at like 27 degrees of Taurus. So you have to look where you have 27 degrees or 28 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio respectively in your chart, and that'll let you know where this full moon is occurring for you, or where this eclipse is occurring for you in your chart, and see how it's going to be aspecting you. See what planets that you have in Taurus, see what planets you have in water signs to see if you have a trine to it. See what planets that you have in earth signs to see if you have a trine to what's going on with the moon. You have to see what planets that you have in all the fixed signs, whether it be Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, and see if you have any squares going on with this eclipse, and then you work with that. Black Genius, you said Venus square to Saturn. With Venus square to Saturn, like, you're scared of getting rejected. And because you're scared of getting rejected, a lot of times you go after what you want second best sometimes. And that's bullshit. Stop settling for less. Don't let your fear stop you from really achieving love, because if you are able to get what you want, and you are able to get into a relationship that you feel like has a firm foundation, then you're going to be there for the long haul, because that's still Venus aspect of Saturn. Just this thing is, you're going to have to get over your own fears and your own worries and your own negative thinking to really find somebody that's comfortable for you. And then, hold up, I missed something. You said Aries, Venus retrograde in Aries sextile your Taurus Saturn. Bro, that just, That means that you're a person that's you're in it for the long haul in relationships. Like, as long as you don't be too fucking selfish, like, you can really have some awesome relationships, because you're the type of person that you're looking for somebody to really settle down with that sextile between Venus and Saturn right there. What's up, Indigo Child? That's my one right there. But yeah, man. Do I know when the nodes go into Taurus? Sometime either at the end of this month or sometime next month. I'm not sure exactly, and I don't want to lie to you. I'm not the type of person that's just gonna say some shit. You feel me? Are Venus and Libra heartbreakers? Absolutely not. The only problem with Venus and Libra is they have to be with somebody. And so, if you break up with a Venus and Libra person, like, you can't expect them to wait around for y'all to work it back out. No, they liable to jump back into a rebound real fast. So, you got to be careful with that. Because then they be stuck in another relationship when the Venus and Libra person don't even want the person they with, because that was just a rebound. It's very slippery energy. What about Mercury conjunct Chiron? With Mercury conjunct Chiron, man, like, you just, like, something to do with communication, something to do with how people talk to you, something to do with the way that you learn things. Somebody that made it fucked up for you. Somebody made you feel like you were stupid, or maybe somebody feel like what you have to say isn't important, or somebody, talked over you, or somebody made you feel like your ideas weren't good enough, or maybe somebody that you used to talk to broke your confidence. They told your secrets. But there's something going on with Chiron there that, if you can deal with that right there, you can actually become an extremely gifted teacher to other people because of that. Because you really know how to go in on people on their communication level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mercury in Chiron could have speech difficulties and speech disabilities, but that's superficial. Like, there's a whole bunch of ways that could go with that. What do I think of this eclipse and this Taurus North Node at 27 degrees of Taurus, Talitha? That says that it's time to make some changes in your life. I appreciate that, Brownie. That's love. That's love. But yeah, when you got this going on your North Node, right here, this eclipse, it's time for you to make some changes in your life. And if you're not willing to make the changes yourself, then the universe is probably going to put you through some shit that makes you to make those changes, yourself. You said, what kind of complexity do I see in a personality with Chiron in the first, but with Mars on the ascendant too? That's somebody that has a fucked up attitude, and there's shit that's happened to them in life that made them have a fucked up attitude. But that fucked up attitude and always wanting to get into it with people and not being so fucking aggressive is going to stop them from getting to where they should go in life. So until they deal with their anger issues, until they work out all that motherfucking aggression they have inside of them that's built up from whoever made them feel that way, it's going to be some issues. Like that's somebody with a fucked up attitude. You said, how does this eclipse affect the 7th house? You know, it's in your 7th house. Well, that mean, it depends on how, if it's closely aspected any of your planets in your 7th house. Like, it could happen in your 7th house, but it could mean nothing. But if you want to apply it in any way, I say that it's time to shift the power dynamics within your relationship. If you've been involved with somebody that, you know, is sexy, it's intense, but it's not so good for you, then this is the time that maybe it's time to cut that shit short. But also, if you might have been involved with somebody that you're comfortable with, but the passion is not necessarily there, it's time to do something else, because you can have both. Stop selling yourself short. Y'all been rapid fire today. Y'all see how we want to interview. Jupiter conjunct Venus trying to Saturn. Hey man, that tells me that you like when I see Jupiter conjunct Venus and trying to Saturn, like, first of all, you're only looking for something that's real. You're only looking for a serious relationship. You're not looking for no bullshit. But that also tells me that you're a person that keeps it real. You're a good person yourself. You have a good sense of humor. You're very pleasant. And so that's going to make somebody want to be with you. And on top of that, like with Jupiter conjunct to Venus, like you're probably going to be very fortunate within a relationship. That means you might end up marrying well or whatever it is. Like you're not going to ever go with somebody that's below you or somebody that's going to bring you down. And also you yourself. Whoever you involve yourself with, whether it's in a personal relationship, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's anybody that you're involved with one-on-one, like you are able to create abundance with this person. Like you know how to make business partnerships with anybody with that one. And then when like I said, with it being trying to Saturn, like it's always going to be real. You're never about that bullshit. You're never about that bullshit. Like you straight up, and you want to fuck with straight up people. What's up, Pluto X? What's my take on the Capricorn Mars square Aries Saturn? Hey man, that says that, you know, you're a very aggressive person, and like you're gonna get a lot accomplished in life, but that shit with I'm in a Capricorn Mars. That shit with those authority figures that you have, that attitude that you got sometimes, that negative mindset that you have sometimes, it's getting in the way of you really being able to work to your fullest potentials and get the fullest expression of your energy with that. You be wasting your energy in conflict with motherfuckers with that Mars and Saturn square. You know what I'm saying? If you just learn how to control yourself. Because that Saturn in Aries, that's aggression. That Capricorn Mars, hey, that's work, that's exalted, and you're not able to get to that because you're always fucking, have such a fucked up attitude. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta quit doing that. You gotta quit doing that. What else we got? Flo Lee's project, what's up? You said Venus, Mars conjunct Scorpio. Trying your Cancer moon. Your passion personified. You got laser focus. But sometimes you want a devotion from people that you yourself are incapable or unwilling to give. So ease up sometimes. And just never let that relentlessness stop you from doing anything. I mean, because, hey, with you, with all that energy, you're able to keep creating more and more energy from within yourself. So you got to make sure that you're channeling all that energy that you're creating into something positive, because if not, it'll destroy you. That's a lot of energy.
Drummers.
Thank you, Katrina. This is a priceless vibe. I appreciate the donation. That's love. What's my take on the Aries moon square Chiron in Cancer? Can't be so fucking selfish. You have to start caring about other people. Something's happened with one of your parents that made you be a little bit selfish, man. With Chiron and Cancer, or something happened with your family that made you like, nah, I'm gonna look out for me. I'm gonna look out for me with that Aries moon. And that's cool. You're gonna be strong. You're tough with that Aries moon. Tupac had an Aries moon, but that Aries moon also got him killed. So at some point, you're gonna have to go through some type of process in life with that square, some type of struggle that's gonna make you start caring again, because you don't give a fuck. You gotta start giving a fuck. What old dogs say? I just don't give a fuck. You gotta start caring again with that one. You said, can I tell you about Venus trine Lilith and Pluto conjunct? Can I tell you about Venus trine Lilith and Pluto in Scorpio in the 5th house? You don't want to hear about that, Brownie. You don't want to hear about that. Because that says that you're very powerful. But you're going to have to get away from them whole tendencies with that 5th house shit and channel that energy into something else. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how to manipulate. You know how to work your jelly, but you can't. Hey, man, you can't be sharing that power with everybody. As long as you can learn how to use that. If you can use that in some other type of arena, it'd be all right. Because it's a sextile. It's a trine. It's a good thing. What about you? This eclipse happened in your 8th house. Hey, man. This is Taurus and Scorpio happening in your 8th house, bro. Why does Katrina have to behave? She keeping it real. If she doesn't, I'm not the be-all, end-all. Nobody has to resonate everything with what I said. This is my opinion of what I see going on. You get what I'm saying? This is not something that is ever concrete, and I respect everybody's ability and energy to disagree with what I have going on. I know a little bit about Ceres, but I'm not enough to touch on it a lot. I'm not really with asteroids very much, man. I started out in Vedic astrology. The eclipse happening in your 8th house is about empowering yourself. It's about dealing with whatever shit you got going on deep down and empowering yourself. What's up, Malcolm Wilson? I ain't talked to you in a while, man. You got your reading and disappeared on me. What's cracking, homie? It's all love. Thank you for the love, man. That was my pleasure. Yes, I have a series coming up. That's what I've been telling people. I'm only gonna go live 3 times a week, this week and next week. And so in 2 weeks, what's up, man? In 2 weeks, I'm starting out. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna start out doing aspects, and that's gonna take a long time. Like, there's so many aspects with so many different planets that, like, it's gonna take me a minute to go through all of them. And so, I'm gonna start on aspects in 2 weeks, but I'm still gonna go live once a week for question and answer to talk about relationships and share my love with y'all in any way that I can. So that's gonna happen. I don't know exactly what day of week yet, but I'll be back to dropping recorded videos, 3, 4, 5 times a week, and also going live once a week. So yeah, we getting back to regular scheduled programming. Kane, I've been working on a podcast. I actually already got paid to do a podcast that should be coming out on Spotify, and I have to get it done within the next 3 months. And I've actually pushed it. I was supposed to get it done 2 months ago, but I haven't because I want everything to be perfect. And with me having Virgo in the 12th house, like, I'm very particular about how I want to do things. I mean, y'all don't understand. When I'm doing my videos and they're pre-recorded, like, it's me doing a million takes just to get one of those videos because I want to make sure that I'm on point with everything that I have going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm extremely picky. And so my podcast is not just going to be astrology. It's going to be numerology. It's going to be spirituality. It's going to be life. It's going to be family. It's going to be relationships. It's going to be sex. It's going to be it's going to be all kinds of stuff, man. It's going to be everything that my charisma can add candor to except religion and politics. Because religion is what's wrong with spirituality. And politics is what's wrong with everything. So we're going to go all the way in. I'll have some guest appearances on there with people that I can get in touch with. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep it active. And I'll probably be dropping that podcast like once a week, man. You said, can I tell you about the nakshatras, man? Nakshatras are very, very intricate, man. I don't have the time to tell you about nakshatras independently today. But when you ask me what's the difference between nakshatras in the D9 chart, like, your D9 chart is like more of a progress chart. You get what I'm saying? Your nakshatra, your birth nakshatra, and it depends. Like, you have nakshatras for every planet, but your moon nakshatra is your most primary nakshatra in your Vedic profile. And that's extremely important because, like, when I look at my Vedic chart, I don't relate to being an Aquarius moon in any way, form, or fashion. But I do relate very strongly with Shatabisha nakshatra. Okay? And so that's something else. Hey, man, y'all not gonna get me to go into Vedic right now. That's Vedic is not something that you just, like, I can do this with Western. I can sit here and just answer questions right off the top of the head. But Vedic is something I have to think about. Vedic is something that I have to feel. My intuition, it helps. But with Vedic, it is something that has a lot more layers to it than Western astrology. That doesn't mean it's more accurate, because it's not. It's just more deep. It's more intricately weaving. So with paying attention to dashas and everything that goes along with Vedic astrology, like, that's a whole different mindset. Like, you got to understand, I got a certificate right here in Vedic astrology. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you don't need a certificate to practice astrology in any capacity here in the United States. So it's just a piece of paper. If I lived in Australia or India, I'd be something like a big deal. But I don't. So I'm just another brother with a piece of paper and an affinity for the stars and an understanding that's out of this world. However, for me, it gives me a certain amount of credibility and validity that a lot of people don't have. What does BDE stand for? No. Well, yes. Yes, you said, since Mars is exalted in my fourth, would I say that my childhood was good despite the hardships that Mars could bring? My parents divorced. There was a lot of shit going on with Mars in my fourth house. You know, my mom, I did face some hardships, but I also received a lot of love. You have to understand, with Mars in my fourth house, I was the head of my household as a child. I looked at myself as the head of my household. And, you know, I was just kind of a loner. And with Mars in my fourth house, like exalted in Capricorn, I just was the type of person that, like, every now and then I would create a mess just to gain a sense of control over the situation. You know, that's the thing about Mars in the fourth house. You get what I'm saying? And especially in Capricorn. Like, I had a decent childhood. My mama loved me. I love my daddy. I relate to him a lot. But there was also, like he says, there was some shit that went on that, like... But you have to also understand, I have the Black Moon, Lilith, and Chiron both in the 8th house. So I went through some experiences that a lot of people, you know... Hey, like a motherfucker. Kane, Yoshi. You see, my hands didn't even fit on the screen. I'm Jesse Turner's son. But yeah. I'm just not the type of person that plays no games. I got my moon in the 5th house. I'm very playful, but I don't play any games. There's a difference between the two. I'm cool. I like to have fun, but I'm not going to play no games with you. That's what Mars in the 4th house is about, especially in Capricorn exalted. Like, I handle my business. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do that shit. Whatever it says I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I work hard. I handle my business. When that door is shut at home, I'm daddy. That's Mars in the 4th house in Capricorn. I don't give a fuck how much Cancer I am. I don't give a fuck what my moon is in Pisces. When it's time to go home, it's time to handle business for the house, I'm daddy. I'm going to make sure that shit gets taken care of around here. That's what I do. And with it being in my 4th house, it ain't in the 10th house. It ain't for show. I'm really like that. I'm really like that. It's not just for everybody else to see. I'm really like that. Moon conjunct Pluto in the 8th house. Bro, you're extremely intuitive. But the thing is, like, you don't really let anybody in on how you feel emotionally unless there's some fucking crazy shit going on, or unless you're into an intimate bonding situation with them with that one. Like, the only way anybody can really ever touch you is through going through a crisis or in a sexual situation. But you also, with Pluto in the 8th and with Moon in the 8th, you have the type of love that is transformative. You have the type of energy that when you put that thing on somebody, like, it's gonna change their life, either for better or for worse, because you can either make their life better or you can fuck somebody's life up for real. Tommy, you said, do I think I would make a lot if I moved to the Vedic countries? Possibly. Not India, though, because I'm not Indian. I would be cool. I might could be a trend at first, but eventually, like, they trust real yogis. And being an astrologer and being a yogi is not the same thing. Being a yogi and being a guru is not the same thing. What's up, Jaden? No. What do I think of the 8th Lord in the 12th house? No. You asked me, do I think that's oversexed energy? Not really, but I think that they are turned on by shit that's not so good for them with the 8th Lord in the 12th house. Like, you're turned on by shit that's not necessarily, because that's the house of self-undoing. Like, you like secretive shit. You like to do shit on the low. So, yeah. What do I? Oh, you said Pluto in the 4th conjunct your sun. Man, with that, it's real hard for you to feel comfortable anywhere. Like, so until you deal with the issues of whatever went on with your family and however that made you feel, and you learn how to be comfortable with yourself and feel confident in yourself, like, you're not gonna feel comfortable anywhere. And then with Moon square to Pluto in the 1st house, like, you feel everything so fucking intensely. Like, everything that goes on around you, everything that you deal with, it affects you. And if you're able to transform that into power, or you're able to build some boundaries, then that's cool. But if you're not, then it becomes dangerous to you. So you got to be careful with that. What do I think about Neptune conjunct Uranus in the 1st house? That means that, like, you don't really know what's going on with you. And the reason that you don't know what's going on with you is because you change so much with Uranus there. Like, you're different from this day to the next. How you feel about things, how you conduct yourself, it changes so abruptly that a lot of times you have no idea what's going on with you with Neptune there. So, good luck. What's up, Jessica Cormier? Jaden. Oh, I already got you, Jaden. Malcolm, you said your Sun and Mars and Mercury in the 9th house in Sagittarius. Hey, man, like, that's a lot of fire. That's a lot of preachy ass energy too. That's somebody that can get up on their motherfucking soapbox and talk all motherfucking day long. But you're also somebody that believes in the shit you're saying. You're also somebody that will get down for your crown. For real. And you just want to know what's really happening. You see the big picture, man. And what's up, Fletcher, Starseed Root Witch? You said, what's Moon conjunct Pluto meaning? That means intense emotions. That also means the things that you go through in life really has you changing at an internal level all the time. It also means that you can become obsessed with things sometimes, and that's not so, that's not so healthy. But you also have laser focus, which is healthy. So finding an appropriate balance between the two and finding a way to challenge all that fucking energy that you have going on and all that power you have inside of you is going to be essential into your integration into whatever you're trying to do in life. Hey, we're going for 15 more minutes, y'all. And then I gotta be done with it. I got daddy business to take care of. My babies need me. You said Leo 8th. You said Leo 8th Lord in Aries 4th house. That's intense, man. You just gotta make sure that you don't let. That's ego. That's ego. That's ego. Ego and attitude. If you can channel that, you could be a bad motherfucker. But if you let it get in the way, you're gonna be constantly getting into fights with motherfuckers. What's up, Josh Bourdain? What's good, family? North Node in Gemini, conjunct Chiron in the 10th house, please. Hey, first of all, like, that says that you went through something with one of your parents that, you know, or it might have said that you went through something growing up in your environment, or with your brothers and sisters, or in your formative years that made you kind of not be confident in yourself as you should be, with that one right there. And so, hey, you're gonna have to work through whatever happened with, whether it be your childhood, your parents, or whatever happened with that. You're gonna have to work through that shit right there, and then communicate it to other people. Maybe you can make a career out of that because your North Node is saying that. Either way it goes, like, it's about communicating the trauma that you went through in your life, getting past it, and then using that to really get to your highest ambitions in life, which could also help bring healing to other people too. I appreciate you, Lucy. I think I'm the go-to. People don't really know. The people that ain't privy to what I be having going on, they don't know that I go on and go off the head and hit these questions and show love like this. They don't know that I'm capable of bringing all this motherfucking heat when I come and staying on point like this for hours at a time. Sometimes it goes lost on people. Sometimes it's a whole bunch of drain for no gain. But that's all right. And you said, what do I think about Pluto in the 1st house and Mars in the 10th house? Hey man, that's that's extreme focus. That's you willing to work on you all the time. That's you being powerful. That's you having ambition. That's you knowing how to regulate your energy. As long as you don't run into conflicts with authority figures, which you can avoid that by just doing your own thing, making your own business, being your own boss, then you got it going on with that. See, I have Pluto in the 1st house, but I have Mercury and Venus in the 10th house. And Venus is my chart ruler. So, you know, it's not my ambition that drives me, it's my charm and my finesse that makes me to be the best. Root Witch, you said, what's vertex in the 8th house meaning? That I have vertex in the 8th house in Taurus. That means that you're gonna meet experiences, you're gonna meet people and go and have transformative experiences in this life, whether it be, you know, going through hardships, whether it be, you know, having intimate relationships with people, whether it be, you know, just searching through the darkness. But you're gonna have experiences in this life that activate the part of yourself that you aren't necessarily comfortable with, but it's actually the most powerful part of yourself if you allow it to be. So that's the thing with that vertex. Jaden, am I the GOAT? I appreciate it. Oscar Hammond, peace with you. You said 4th house Mars in Gemini, opposite Neptune in the 10th house in Sagittarius. You can't be arguing with people. Like, more than anything else, man, like, you and you not wanting to sit your ass down, you wanting to go every which way, and you wanting to argue with people, that right there, it's the only thing that could stop you from doing anything. Because with Sagittarius, you can do anything. You're blessed in all kinds of ways. That's lucky, as long as you stay optimistic. But the thing is, when you arguing with people, you're not able to see the opportunities that motherfucker give you in life. And LaShonda, I ain't gonna forget you. You said, can I please do Saturn conjunct Pluto? What's up, by the way? Oh, Saturn conjunct Pluto. That means you got some fears that really color all the decisions that you make in life. Like those fears that you have really hold you back from getting to your best self. Those fears hold you back from having your best relationship. Those fears hold you back from, being as powerful as you should be. Yeah, you're hardworking. Yeah, you're strong. Yeah, you can go through the gutter, but that doesn't mean you got to build your house there. Just because you're real tough don't mean that you got to put yourself through tough shit. That's the thing about Saturn conjunct Pluto. Like negative mindset. That's a negative mindset. You expect negative things, you're going to attract negative things to you. Pluto attracts things to it. So with Saturn, that's fears. Saturn is hardships. So with Pluto and Saturn conjunct to each other, if you don't learn some way to work through that shit, get past those fears, face those fears in life, then you're going to allow that shit to hold you back, and you're not going to be able to be as powerful as you could be or you should be. And with Saturn, it's always going to take work. Oh, Saturn square to Pluto. Now you change it up. I mean, it's almost the same thing. Almost. Like, you need to face your fears. You hold yourself back because you think negatively. And in this case, it might, with a square, it might be about people. Like, you're not going to allow people to come into your life, and you're not going to allow yourself to have a lot of those transformative experiences because you don't trust nobody. And you want to do things your own way. And you have issues with authority figures because you don't trust nobody. You're scared of allowing somebody else having control over your emotions because sometimes you feel like everybody else has control over your emotions with that one. So what you got to learn how to do is allow yourself to be vulnerable and become empowered in that. Pluto in the 12th house, man. Like, Pluto in the 12th house. Like, you're so powerful when you're by yourself. Like, you have this need to go your own way. That it can be scary sometimes because you're gonna have to face the worst parts of yourself in there. But also in that, you're gonna become stronger than you've ever become. And the thing is, with Pluto in the 12th house, like, these people, they create this vacuum of sorts within themselves that attracts some of the craziest experiences and people and feelings into their life. That's the thing. And so how they sort through that is going to say a lot to how empowered they end up being eventually. We got 5 more minutes, y'all.
I love your coffee.
And then with Jupiter conjunct to Pluto, hey man, like, this life certainly has its ups and downs for you with Jupiter conjunct to Pluto. But as long as you stay positive, as long as you maintain your sense of humor, as long as you laugh in the face of danger, you know what I'm saying? As long as you don't let nothing get you down, nothing will get you down. Your life will be as positive as you are. As long as you're positive, you'll attract positive things to you. Once again, Pluto is attraction. Jupiter is expansion. So if you're living positively, you're living your highest truth with Jupiter conjunct to Pluto, then you're going to attract positive things to you. But there's a bad side to that, because with Jupiter and Pluto conjunct to each other, understand that Pluto represents some darkness. Pluto represents death sometimes, destruction, transformative experiences that aren't going to be comfortable. So if Jupiter's conjunct to Pluto, the other end of that is that can really blow up, because Jupiter is expansion. It can blow up all those fucked up experiences in life. It can blow up all that fucked up energy. So it's up to you what you do with that in the manifestation of all that bullshit, family. Thank you, Kane. And then with Venus square to Pluto, I just spoke on Venus square to Pluto, as a matter of fact, yo. Like, Venus square to Pluto, like, you're a master manipulator. But the reason, and you often get caught up appearing things trying to make things appear a certain way. But the person that suffers the most from that is you. And clearly you're gonna have to get over some issues of power and control in your relationships. You're gonna have to learn to stop being afraid of not being in control. Because when you can let go of that, then you'll start having more healthy relationships. Hey, man. This is the last one. Metaphysics King. You said the 4th house Lord in the 1st house at the 29th degree. You have to tell me what signs that is, family. Hey, reflection. I've been on point today. Like I told you, like, I felt it. I've already answered Pluto in the 12th house, Root Witch. You just wasn't paying attention, family. Oscar Hammond, you said, did you say it right? 4th house Mars in Gemini, opposite to Pluto in the 10th house in Sagittarius. Yeah, you said it correctly. Slavi D. Hey, Jaden, I use different house systems for different purposes, but if you're trying to ask me what's more accurate, I tell you all the time, there is no way, form, or fashion that whole house or whole sign can be more accurate than Placidus, because in whole house and whole sign, you're forcing planets and astronomical points to be in places that they aren't in naturally. In Placidus, it is the natural flowing of your chart. You have to understand, in the universe, in life, nothing is fair. Nothing is evenly distributed. And your chart is not going to be evenly distributed. Some things are going to be where they are. Okay, so with a whole house person and people that are onto that, all they've done is they don't like the way that their Placidus chart looks, or they think it makes them feel smarter because they know that whole house system, so they use that. And that's bullshit. There is no way in any way, form, or fashion that you can that whole house or whole sign can be more accurate. But here's the thing though. You can resonate with it more. But that's your immaturity spiritually. You think because you resonate with something more that's what you're supposed to be following, and that's bullshit. All that's doing is stopping you from growing spiritually, because you need to be able to work on the things that you're not comfortable with. That's what your astrology chart is trying to help you do. That's nothing but your soul contract. Realize that. All you got to do is get at me. Hey, real talk though. People always say I follow whole house. The only reason you follow whole house is because you don't like the way your Placidus chart looks, and or you feel like it makes you smarter in astrology. Just like people that are in the Western Hemisphere that say, "Oh, I resonate with Vedic more." No, you just say that you resonate with Vedic more because you want to sound more intelligent in astrology. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you. When it comes to personality traits and character development, Western is the most accurate, and Placidus is the most accurate house system in Western astrology. That doesn't mean that you have to resonate with your Placidus chart more. No, it means that's what's more accurate. Now, when it comes to Vedic astrology and sidereal reading of your chart, all that means is that is infinitely more accurate when it comes to predictions, because Vedic and sidereal aren't the same thing. They're just different ways of interpreting the chart. Vedic has layer upon layer of infinitely rich textures that you can work on. So Vedic, it's going to go all the way into the karma. It's going to go all the way into what you need to work on at the level of your soul. It's going to go on to how you can work through generational curses that don't fuck with your family. You know what I'm saying? Vedic goes all the way around. It goes on to how you can work on shit for the life you got coming up after this motherfucker. So, hey, it's the damn thing. So, hey, man, I want to thank all y'all for tuning in today. This was impromptu, but this was actually my favorite live that I've ever had. I've been on point. And, hey, man, we'll talk about it. Talitha, I do Vedic readings. All you got to do is hit me up in my email at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Hey, just remember that you aren't your chart, though. You aren't your chart. Your chart It represents the energies that make up a good deal of the energy that you're manifesting, but you are not your chart. And in doing that and in knowing that, just remember that just because you build like that, you don't have to build like that. And what I mean is, hey man, maybe you tough. Maybe you came up in the gutter and you built to make it through anything. Maybe you was a bad motherfucker. Just because you a bad motherfucker don't mean you got to put yourself through bad motherfucking shit. Just because you are built to survive in the gutter doesn't mean you build your motherfucking house there. Just because you tough don't mean you got to put yourself through tough shit. Just because you got Venus and Gemini don't mean you got to be a hoe. Just because you a Libra don't mean you got to lie all the motherfucking time. Like, come on, man. I love all y'all, man. Just remember that just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. We all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And this been some priceless knowledge of self. If y'all fuck with me on any level, if y'all haven't hit the like button, y'all need to hit that like button right now, because this has been a special session right here. I love all y'all, man. And if y'all are interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, just hit me up at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And it ain't never too late to stop being a bitch. Remember that.